Hello everyone and welcome back to Minecraft. Thank you for joining me today as we continue on building our castle. Today we'll be focusing on the stable. So we once again are going to have a time lapse of building the castle. You will see a couple changes, especially on the roof section, as one section of the stables is taller than the other, but you will see that. And I hope you sit back and enjoy the video, and I will be back once we are done building the actual building and I'm done with interiors. And with the time lapse about over, we will switch over to first person where I'll show you what I've done off camera. And now that we are done building and I'm done with interiors, I'll show you what I've done in this episode. So I've decided to name this castle Houtborg Hold. As you know, this castle is designed to basically defend the main thoroughway into this city that I'm going to build over in this direction over here. So basically, if there's ever an invasion or a raid and people can't make it to the city for safety, they can come here, which is the whole idea of the castle. So as you can see in the video, I've been working on stables in a barn area for the castle. Castle Houtborg Hold. Yeah, Houtborg Hold. I think that sounds pretty good. So first of all, we closed up this area, which now makes this this first bailey completely closed off and defendable. So what I did over here was I just raised the ground to make it in line with this. I may make like maybe a little small hill going up, but it really doesn't make sense. I'm not really sure. Maybe like a decline, degrade, or whatever it's called, going down a little bit. So I thought for now maybe a little sitting area for some of the people, so they can sit and relax, and they have vines and stuff to look at, and maybe just to basically relax and let off some steam. I also did turn up the brightness. I noticed that in the last few videos it was pretty dark in when touring the interiors, and I'm sorry about that, so I did turn up the brightness to 40. If it's not light enough, let me know. I'll turn it up even more in the next video. So we're gonna come up here and take a look at the stables, which you saw the progress of it done in the time lapse. So this is what I did for interiors and added in. There's a lift to bring hay up there, but I'll show you that after we're done down here. So first coming in, this would be the stable master's little work section. They turned a horse's stall into a little desk area, like if there's any visitors coming in, and they have an open area for a horse they can pay, or if that way they can keep records of the horse and stuff. There's a ladder up for quick access, but pretty much all the stalls in here are pretty much the same. There are 8 of them in total. And with over here, just like in the dining hall in the barracks, there is an arrow loop to shoot out for the defenders, but they have it closed off, so then there isn't too much of a draft in here for the horses. So yeah, they're pretty much all the same, like waters in the barrel, and hay for the horses, and feed to eat, grains and everything. So coming out here, as you saw in the very last part of the video, there is a like a walkway that I made for people to defend. If there ever is anyone in like rowboats coming along this way trying to find a way around into the castle, they can be fired upon from right here, and it extends all the way to about here, because there really is no need to go any further. So this is pretty defendable. The castle will continue on around that way too. The next building I am planning to make is the blacksmith, but you'll see that in the next video. Not really sure how I want to do it. If I want to do it a complete diagonal building, or maybe something like this where it's just at angles. I really like these. It adds in so much more like variation to the build. Not where it's just like in Minecraft straight angles and stuff. Just having things that are slightly angled area. This I think looks well. Maybe I'll even try to do an angled guard tower, but we'll see. I'm not really sure if I'm that good yet at building, but the horse stalls go all the way towards the back here. I know this area is a little empty, but they need enough room to get horses in. With this beam here, I don't really have another way to get other horses in. Unfortunately, there's only one way in and out, which kind of makes it a problem if there's ever any fires. But I don't know. It's in peacetime right now, so I'm not really too worried about that. Now, coming up the stairs, we have the second floor where all the horses' feed is stored. Now, that lift, there are a couple people who had worked here. That lift is pulled up here, and someone can close this door and open it for safety. And basically, when this comes up here, they can pull it right off. Use this little hand cart to wheel it over here, or dump it over here. Then all they need to do is just, when they're ready for it, just throw it right back down to feed the horses. They have a little fixing station right here for anything that needs to be fixed, like hammers, tools, and stuff. Not that they'll need to fix hammers, but that's where their tools are to fix things. And also some random tools here for the hay and feed that they have. Now coming in here, even though this is open, in most of my builds I've been doing two block wide walls for the exterior walls. One exterior that you see on the outside, which is this, and one interior, which is this part here. It just gives it a little more depth and a little bit of a difference of how the walls would look on the inside. Like, kind of like putting up wood paneling, wallpaper and stuff, and unfortunately in Minecraft, to do something like that, you'd have to use 2 blocks. So, in here we have the kitchen of the people who work in the stable. They have, this is probably for everyone who works here, the kitchen, a small, hand washing station, some pots and pans, a stove, and a long table with benches and a preparation table. And then here would be the stable master's family's bedroom, where the adults would sleep and 2 children would sleep here. And even though that window doesn't really have a view, it at least can get some fresh air in, and this one over here looks outside. It's not really much because they wouldn't really be the richest workers in the castle, but they have what they need for everyday things. And then coming out, we can come up here to the next floor. And then here's just some storage, some more like food storage. I believe this is beetroot right here, and some more like pitchforks, brooms, and whatever they need. A random anvil if they ever need it for fixing horseshoes, but normally they'd be using the castle blacksmith. But if he's too busy, they have their own anvil available, but unfortunately they'd have to bring it all the way back down. And then just other random storage things and more tools and cluttered shelves and stuff. I thought the reason why it would make sense to put like other tables and stuff is if this is a big barn, and if they are ever having an event, this would be a good place to store things. Not only would it have a horses storage in here, but there's only so many places where you can put hay and lug it around and grain and stuff for the horses without having it become too cumbersome. So that's why the feed is down there, while up here is just general storage, like whatever they need in here. Then they have more tools, and here are the stable hands beds. There are 2 of them, so these are probably the people who do the feeding and the training and the and basically the everyday care of the horses. They'd be up here. They would be doing the hard physical labor of bringing the feed up on the lift, throwing it back down, making sure the horses have all their food, and then there's some more random food storage up here as well. It's not really the best conditions in place to sleep, but at least it's a bed where they work and they don't have to walk all the way over to the servants' building to get a sleep. And they have their own area in here, which I was trying to figure out what to do with it and make it look a little more lively in here. Well, lived in here. So I thought maybe just having a servant's, not stable hand area, this would be pretty good. This is probably all that they'd be given, just a bed, maybe a bench to sit down on, and then they have the kitchen, which is downstairs, where they can eat with the family. And then coming up to the final floor, we have more storage and stuff. Just random things that is needed around the castle that's stored up here. Not really sure what would be up here, so I just threw a bunch of things like chairs and maybe some. This would maybe like horses, blankets and stuff for when it's cold out. In the winter, they store them up here until they need it, and just random other things that's needed around the castle. And also, there's a rat up here that has found some food or something, or a place to stay, which is right there. And there's also a pigeon that got in with a net. Probably in through this window, most likely. As in castles, the windows on most buildings would be open, but they'd have shutters to keep the drafts out. Only the very rich, the lords of the castle, only those buildings, like where they live, would have glass. So, in trying to keep it realistic, there wouldn't be any glass. There'd just be a hole for a window, and then at night they'd close it up so then the cold air wouldn't come in, but anything could come in, like bugs and even birds. Even birds would be able to come in very easily. So yeah, this is pretty much it. It took a couple hours to build in here, probably about 3 hours to get a design that I'd like in here. To make it look as good as I possibly could in Minecraft, while keeping it like how I'd want. If there's something in here that you think I've missed, let me know. But I think I pretty much covered. I got everything in here, like 11 quarters for their family, and then the servants up there. And with that, this is the end of the episode, so I hope you enjoyed. And until the next one, bye-bye.